This is KVUE News Midday.
A manhunt underway for the gunman who shot and killed a deputy constable in Baytown. The search for suspects happening now. And the Austin School District's Board of Trustees working until the early morning. The marathon session over the facility's master plan.
And a few clouds out there, but still another nice day as temperatures rise to near record highs. We'll have that full forecast when we can see cooler weather coming up.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Terry Gruca. New information this morning on last week's deadly bus crash out of Uvalde County that killed 13 people. The National Transportation Safety Board investigators say the cell phone video taken just before a New Braunfels church bus crashed will be important in figuring out what led to the tragedy. The video shows the pickup driven by Jack Dylan Young swerving moments before it crashed head-on with the van from First Baptist Church of New Braunfels. The NTSB is now analyzing that video and interviewing witnesses who captured it, as well as people who may know the driver. They're also reviewing toxicology samples and cell phone records from him and the driver of the bus. Investigators have released a preliminary report on the March 7th Biloxi, Mississippi train and bus crash. That crash killed 4 people and hurt 39 others from the Bastrop Senior Center. The bus got stuck on a train crossing and passengers couldn't get off before an approaching train hit. The bus driver tested negative for alcohol and drugs, but investigators say the driver took a different route than he was supposed to, according to his itinerary. The final report from the NTSB is expected to be released in about a month. The hunt is on this morning for the person who shot and killed a Texas police officer. Baytown police are searching for the driver of a vehicle they believe could be the getaway car in that shooting death of Assistant Chief Constable Clint Greenwood a little less than 24 hours ago. Stephanie Ramos is following that investigation.
Police are on the hunt for a cop killer in Texas. Overnight, authorities released this video of the suspect's black getaway car leaving the scene of the crime. Police say someone in that vehicle pulled up to the Baytown, Texas courthouse and opened fire on Harris County Sheriff Assistant Chief Clint Greenwood as he arrived for work Monday morning.
Assistant Chief Deputy Clint Greenwood was found to have been shot at least one time.
Police say the 30-year law enforcement veteran was shot in the neck. Investigators say Greenwood then radioed for help, reportedly saying, "I'm bleeding out."
I heard 2 shots. He was on the ground. And then I saw the cars coming very quickly.
A helicopter rushed Greenwood to a hospital, but it was too late. He did not survive. Greenwood was married and also worked as a prosecutor focused on police corruption.
The whole defense is one of deception and misdirection.
The Houston Chronicle reporting just last week, Greenwood told coworkers he felt threatened by someone he'd once investigated in a corruption case. Reportedly writing in an email, "I believe this person poses a real threat to my and my family's safety." Police say they're looking for a man seen in the area wearing a dark jacket with a patch on the shoulder. There's a $65,000 reward for anyone that can provide any information leading to an arrest. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, New York.
After a marathon meeting that didn't end until about 3 this morning, Austin ISD's school board approved the facility's master plan. It's essentially a multi-billion-dollar roadmap for the future of the district. KVUE's Corey Coffin is following that story. Corey, this approval didn't come without a lot of debate.
That's right, Terry. The trustees debated over 20 different amendments proposed to that master plan. The $4.6 billion proposal will essentially rehabilitate all campuses and pave the way for a bond package that will likely go to voters in November. The average AISD building is 40 years old, some even a century old. Assessors found about 40% of buildings to be in poor or very poor condition. Now, there are hundreds of recommendations on the plan, but here are a few of the bigger ones. Under the plan, Reed Pre-Kindergarten School and the Alternative Learning Center will be closed. There are also 5 elementary schools with low enrollment right now that could end up being absorbed by nearby campuses. Those include Sanchez, Brook, Joslyn, Dawson, and Norman. The vote last night was approved 6-3.
But I think it's unfortunate that politics are getting in the way of us being able to unanimously pass a facility master plan that is a reflection of literally thousands of hours of work, thousands of points of community feedback, dozens upon dozens of community engagement efforts that is all reflected in this work.
took us a long time to come to some agreement on various parts of this. We have some real work cut out if we think that we're looking toward a bond election.
Now, if the trustees can agree on a bond package and if voters approve, here are the priorities. Relocating Lassa High School to a central location, building 3 new schools to relieve overcrowding, adding a middle school in Mueller, rebuilding a T.A. Brown Elementary School, and repurposing the Alternative Learning Center as mentioned. Renovating Ann Richards and Rosedale schools for special needs children will be the final thing. Now, the master plan looked at every single school in AISD and broke them all down into 7 categories to be dealt with in 3 different time frames, the longest being in 25 years. But the district told parents last night this plan is a living document. It will be revisited every 2 years. Terry, back to you.
A lot still to determine. Thanks so much, Corey. Look at that gorgeous morning we have out there. A few clouds, but beautiful sunshine. And doesn't that lake look inviting? Let's take a look at what we're tracking with Storm Team meteorologist Nathan Gogo in the Storm Center. Just a gorgeous day to be out there for lunch again.
Yeah, a few more clouds than we saw yesterday. Temperatures yesterday reached all-time records, or at least tied all-time records. I don't think we'll reach all-time records for today, but we'll come close once again. The record's 92 degrees. Our forecast in the upper 80s to near 90. A look outside, a little bit breezy. Temperatures already climbing into the mid-70s. Winds calm at the airport, but they'll be gusting at about 10 to 15 miles per hour at times through this afternoon. So let's get you up to date with the temperatures. 74 in LBJ Ranch. Fredericksburg coming in at 75. A very nice late morning as we head into the afternoon. It will be warm, though. Temperatures are going to be cooling off by tomorrow. In the meantime, though, we're looking at temperatures climbing again to 90 degrees or right around that for the end of this afternoon. A ton of sunshine coming our way. Mainly clear skies for tonight. And again, those cooler temperatures by Wednesday. We're also talking about storm chances picking up as you head into next week. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes, Terry.
Then, thanks, Nathan. Hey, the big story, if you haven't heard already, that everyone seems to be talking about this morning. Tony Romo retiring from football. The NFL says he is apparently going to pursue a career in broadcasting. Romo has played for the Cowboys for 15 years. His moves for the upcoming season remained a mystery until now. The Cowboys previously holding on to the quarterback, hoping for a trade with Houston or maybe Denver. Stay tuned, we'll let you know. Still ahead, a sign of the times. Some creative ways to get Austin drivers to stay safe on the roads, and the messages come from you. Plus, Russia begins 3 days of mourning just as investigators identify the man responsible for the subway attack that killed 14 and injured more than 40.